Well, St. Basil's, it's very easy to describe it. St. Basil's the Great.
So right now, currently, I'm teaching the Sodalists, and I feel very blessed to be able to be part of even Children of Mary and Sodality, and to help teach these young girls to know who they are, understand their faith, understand the power of prayer, understanding the power of unity here at our parish, the community that surrounds us. And I think building those relationships between the girls and coming together every month will, in turn, I think in the future, just help these girls feel part of something. And I think that's the strength that we have here at St. Basil's. I'm also part of the Ukrainian Catholic Women's League, but I'm not, I don't participate as much as part of the UCWLC, but I know I look at the active members who are there, and even my mom, who's part of it, and the wonderful things that they do for our parish, and also the Knights of Columbus and how active they are in our community. And I think those are the things that are so powerful, to be able to reach out not only within our own parish, but reaching out to others. And I think no matter who you are, and it's even the community that surrounds St. Basil's Parish, but people come from everywhere, from the greater part of Edmonton to St. Basil's, because they love it here.
Well, the different organizations that I'm involved with, okay, it's like the Parish Council, Knights of Columbus. I was for a while there, the Basils Society. We help to participate in everything, like the Knights of Columbus. Let's say, for example, we will help the parish in many different ways, like even helping the students with their scholarships and that there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So with the Knights, we help with that. We do pancake breakfasts and whatever the parish may need. The Knights are there to serve on the charity basis. The Basils Society is more involved with beyond. We will do the Ronald McDonald's house. We will do a mustard seed and things of that nature. That's where the Badova kicks in. Okay, so but we each kind of help each other. You know, so the Knights are involved with that also, that, you know, they will provide them a helping hand, and they'll provide us with a helping hand.
I belong to the men's club, like I say, almost 60 years already. Initially, the men's club was very active in the parish. It actually helped to start building the parish. And we started doing push events, and I was on the social committee. So then after we opened up the parish, we also started doing Hiri and New Year's Eves and so forth. And we did a lot of fundraisers as well. Now our club is very small now. We're down to 6 or 7 members now. We're trying to initiate new memberships. So we're still producing revenue for the parish. We also have helped Pigeon Lake as well, the funding, and we're trying to look at some other new projects, and hopefully that'll come about with beautifying the church. The men's club also was instrumental in starting up the seniors' home Snuka. We built that. I was on the board of directors of the Snuka for 21 years. And also we looked after Father Hannah's home, St. Nicholas home, and another Barvinic home as part of a syndicate of the other parishes. We get involved, St. Nicholas Parish, the Beverly Parish, and the Holy Cross Parish. So that's how we work kind of within the eparchy too. And that has done wonders, I think, for the community in Edmonton, because we're getting to know other parishioners. What we need in St. Basil's is we've lost a lot of parishioners, many funerals. We're seeing a lot of younger families with children. I'm very pleased to see that with the lighting the candle as they're reading the gospel. The Children of Mary are very active. There's a large group of Children of Mary. Altar boys are there as well. But we attempted to do the Vibrant Parish at one time, and the intent was to try and see whether we can bring back some of the parishioners that have moved away or left for whatever reason, but that didn't, it's difficult to do that because when people have made up their mind to leave, they're kind of hesitant to come back again. But the positive thing of the thing that we came out now is that we are having, in September, we still have the Vibrant Parish thing. We're blessing the students, the teachers, and so forth.
So reaching out to other people, it can be very different for different things. Like I know, okay, within the Ladies League, they have women that go to visit members that are already in senior homes, things like that. They're reaching out. That's their reach out for that. But they're the ones that in the parish that sometimes, like the Knights of Columbus, like the men's club, and even though they may have a few members, but they all get involved. Let's say with a pancake breakfast, with other functions in the cultural center. All of a sudden, they're reaching out to our own parishioners and to other people that will come in.
One of the things that, again, that MC does during the course of a Petaha supper will be to invite community members, because it's people who just, I saw your sign on the street and chose to come in. I said, tomorrow or Saturday, Sunday, we have liturgies at 7 o'clock and 9 and 11 on Sunday, and you're certainly welcome and invited to join us.
I started with Sadachik. Father Joseph Pascalny came to me and said, would you consider? And I said, okay, I don't know a lot of Ukrainian. He said, just be welcoming, that's good. It supports the St. Basil's because I do introduce the kids to some Ukrainian, not a lot, but some. And they've got the tie with the church because I take them over to the church 2 or 3 times throughout the year to see different things there. And as far as the community, it has grown, so I have so many now that come. I have 19 children over a Tuesday, Thursday class, and then a Wednesday class. So I've got 19 children there, and I've got, out of that, I would say about 4 from the parish, maybe 5, and the rest are from the community.
I help organize the altar boys for the parish. I was an altar boy for several years till I guess later in high school or mid-high school there, and I really enjoyed it. I learned a lot through a lot of priests, even some bishops. Catechism, I believe, is very important. Obviously, it should start in the family home, but also, especially nowadays, we need to be very vigilant to making sure our youth understand the catechism. Even us as adults, we have to ensure we understand what's going on. So we need to also be able to pass that on down to them. So I like to be, that's what we involved with the altar boys catechism, and also obviously serving at the sacrifice of the liturgy. As you know, it's an honor and I tell the boys that they're, it's very special that they're able to be up there at the altar, because not everybody can be up there. And so it's just nice to be part of that. Our Ukrainian Byzantine rite is so beautiful, and there's so much symbolism, and there's just so much going on that I like to explain it to the boys and make sure they understand that it's not just this is happening and this is happening, but why is this happening? Here's the reasoning and all that.
Well, I grew up part of Children Marian Sodality, and I helped run Sodality for a little while, and the youth group. I dance and teach with ULAS, and also I work a lot with Camp St. Basil. For Camp St. Basil, we have quite a few campers from St. Basil's, but also we have lots from other parishes, non-Catholics, non-Ukrainians that come out from Leduc, Red Deer, Calgary, all different places. And some of them, come to camp and then realize, oh, there are other things that are connected with St. Basil's, and then they start coming to those organizations. Camp St. Basil is we try our best to teach the campers how to develop their faith, and if they don't have one, teach them about ours, and if they choose to continue with it, awesome. If not, they have some kind of foundation of who God is and like how He works in our lives. And I think it's also, our camp tries to make it fun for the kids, so it's not just going to church for an hour once a week and that's it. It's learning with their friends different songs about God, and also like learning about the Divine Liturgy and different parts of the Catechism.
It is good to live with a belief. It is good to live with, how would you say, the teachings of Christ. It is good to live with that aspect of life which is not me as the center, but God as the center. Once we have that, then we know that we are on the right path. And so this is where we can and we ought to be able to bring in others that have no hope, that have no faith. There's in the scriptures, Matthew 27-30. It's where we are called upon to accept our cross. You know, we often look at a cross, well, it's a 6x6 beam or something like that, very rough. So what, are we supposed to carry that around? Man, I have a hard enough time walking just the way I am. But if I look at that beam as a person and carry the goodness for that person with me in my heart and through prayer, then all of a sudden, when I say, Lord, have mercy, it actually is not only praying for me, but praying for that person that needs my help more spiritually than physically. And it's a very nice way of actually looking at ourselves in the parish and how do we intertwine with one another. That's the best way, you know, is to share that spiritualness and that grace with one another.
I would say it was a toss-up between complex and layered. Because layered, we have so many who come in just because they want to be anonymous, but then we have some that will want to participate a little bit, and other ones that want to participate a lot. So I would say it's really layered, and you can go to whatever layer you feel comfortable. I stepped in with First Communion because I saw a need, and that's why I'm here.
Reverence. Why I say reverence? Reverence means respect. When we walk into church, you feel the presence of God in church immediately as you walk in. Then you cross yourself, and because the sacrament is there, and that to me is the best way that I can describe. Is to say reverence, because that's what it means to us. So
I'd say reverent. The parish, especially, obviously the biggest thing is to provide service, liturgical services for the parishioners and for the Catholic faithful in general. And I feel that St. Basil's has that reverence to it, where you go there, you actually feel like you're going to church. You know, for the most part, it's very quiet. Like I said, there's several times you can get confession. There's several divine liturgies. And I just get that feel, and the church is just large and beautiful. So I just kind of feel that the word reverent really kind of describes it for me.
Human. I mean, with all the frailties that humans have, I hope that with my participation in the 11 o'clock choir and with my participation in the Rosary team, that I can bring more prayer into the church.
The word that I think of when I think of St. Basil's Parish is love. And I'm quoting it from John 1, chapter 4, verse 19. We love because he loved us. And I think of our parish and how much love there is here. There's so many organizations that have been created through God's love, really, when you think about from the youngest to the oldest parishioners, there is something for everyone. And I think it's through the love of our faith, our love for one another here at the parish that we've created so many wonderful places, wonderful organizations to be part of. And I think that the word love just sums it up. We are a loving community. We are a loving parish. We reach out to more than just here in our own parish community, but we reach out to so many others. And I think through these different, the way we treat one another here, there's always going to be, things that we have to be able to get past and try to be able to look past when it comes to building things. And of course, there's always going to be times of need where we have to turn to God to say, help us through these things, because it's not easy to build such a beautiful and big parish. We are a big parish, but we, I think through God's love, we always turn to him to help us find our way and our path and our journey. And so I think in turn, the Holy Spirit works here and to bring us all together.